Make the assumption that the walls you are butting against are not straight or square. Using a chalk line, make a starting point for an edge of the flooring to follow. The chalk line should be set where the first seam will be located. Remove the rubber flooring from the shrink wrap and unroll it onto the floor. Lay the rubber on the floor in a way that will use your cuts efficiently. Cut all rolls at the required length, including enough to run up the wall a few inches. If end seams are necessary, they should be staggered on the floor and overlapped approximately 3 to 6 inches. End seams will be trimmed after the acclimation period, using a square to ensure they fit tightly without gaps. Allow the cuts to relax in position for a minimum of 2 hours. 24 hours is preferred. After allowing the flooring to relax, you may begin the installation. Align the first edge to the chalk line. Note, it is very important that the first seam is perfectly straight. Position the second roll with no more than a 1/8 inch overlap over the first roll at the seam. After adhesive is applied to the substrate, the material will be worked back to eliminate the overlap. This procedure will leave tight seams and eliminate any gaps. Care should be taken to not overcompress the seam. Overcompressed seams will cause peaking. It may be necessary to trim the edge of the second lineal drop if the rolls do not extend the length or width of the room. Rolls laid end to end with a variance in roll width greater than 1/4 inch could result in peaked seams. Repeat for each consecutive sheet necessary to complete the area, or those rolls that will be installed that day. Begin the application of the adhesive. We recommend E-Grip 3, a one-component moisture-cured polyurethane adhesive. E-Grip 3 should not be mixed or diluted. It is formulated for use right out of the pail. E-Grip 3 contains no solvents or VOCs and is designed specifically for use with our recycled rubber flooring. Apply E-Grip 3 to the substrate using a 1/16 inch or 1.5875 mm square notched trowel. Start by folding the first drop lengthwise, half the width of the roll. Apply adhesive along the first run. Spread the adhesive using the proper size square notched trowel. Take care not to spread more E-Grip 3 than can be covered with flooring within 30 minutes, and lay the material back into the wet adhesive bed. The open time of the adhesive is 30 to 40 minutes at 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius and 50% relative humidity. Note, temperature and humidity affect the open time of the adhesive. Temperatures above 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius and/or relative humidity above 50% will cause the adhesive to set up more quickly. Temperatures below 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius and/or relative humidity below 50% will cause the adhesive to set up more slowly. The installer should monitor the on-site conditions and adjust the open time accordingly. Next, fold over the first half of the second drop, then the second half of the first drop. This will allow approximately 4 feet or 1.2 meters of open space between the rolls in which to trowel the adhesive. Adhesive should be troweled at a 90-degree angle or perpendicular to the seam edge. This will help eliminate excess adhesive from oozing up at the seam edge while ensuring 100% coverage across the seam for better performance. Carefully lay the material into the wet adhesive. Do not let the material drop, because this can cause air to be trapped beneath the flooring. Immediately roll the floor with a 75 to 100 pound or 45 kilogram 3-section flooring roller to ensure proper transfer of adhesive. Overlap each pass of the roller by 50% of the previous pass to ensure that the floor is properly rolled. Roll the width first, then the length. Re-roll again after 30 to 45 minutes. Continue the process for each consecutive drop. Always work at a pace so that you are folding material back into wet adhesive. Hand roll all seams after the entire floor has been rolled. If some seams are gapping, hold them together temporarily with a blue painter's tape. Do not use duct tape, as it may leave a residue on the floor. Note: leaving tape on the surface of the rubber for extended periods of time may leave permanent residue on the rubber surface. In some instances, it may be necessary to weigh down the seam until the adhesive develops a firm set. Boxes of cove base or tile work well. A plan should be in place before beginning installation to eliminate the potential of adhesive setting before weights can be applied. Remove tape after adhesive has developed a firm set, approximately 8 to 12 hours. After you've rolled the floor, keep all foot traffic off the floor for a minimum of 24 hours. The floor should be free from rolling loads for a minimum of 72 hours. Premature foot traffic and rolling loads can cause permanent indentations or bond failure in the uncured adhesive.